Ultimate Custom Night, released in 2018, is easily a fan-favorite entry in the Five Nights at Freddy's series. With its almost endless possible combinations, insane challenge, and overall charm, it's easy to see why so many fans consider it a fantastic game. 50 plus animatronics is a whole lot of content to burn through after all. But what if that wasn't enough for you? You're a true Toy Freddy tier gamer. 50/20 is a breeze now, and there's no challenge left for a skilled player such as yourself. Oh boy, do I have the game for you. Ultra Custom Night is a UCN fan game that aims to take the idea of the original game and pump it full of steroids. 50 plus animatronics wasn't enough for you? Try over 500. Yeah, this roster is absolutely massive and filled to the brim with characters from all across the series. From the books, to the games, to even things such as specific teaser images and characters from some of Scott Cawthon's older projects. Released by Camille Firma and a whole team of contributors, Ultra Custom Night has a ton of content to go through and talk about. It's really not surprising to me that something like this exists, but seeing it in action is something else. The absolute bottom of the barrel is scraped for characters included in this game, which is only fitting with a roster this large. But enough rambling, without further delay, let's just get right into it. But before we do that, I think we need to check up on someone who's been locked away in his room for the last couple days. Toy Freddy, how are you doing, my boy?
Good, I've just been gaming as per usual.
But Toy Freddy, what video game could possibly have you this invested? Your family misses you.
You don't get the grind at all, bro. Get out of my room.
Wait, are you playing Raid Shadow Legends, the sponsor of this video?
Yeah, actually, I actually-
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends has taken over the gaming landscape. Raid is the first game to bring a true console-level experience to your phone. They've done such a good job, in fact, that even the most dedicated PC gamer can get invested in the world of Raid. Explore millions of champion combinations and master countless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. With hundreds of artifacts to equip and over 600 champions blessed with unique skills, you can build your team, develop your champions, and raid your way. Don't get me started on the wide selection of champions available. Some of my favorites are Elder Guard, who specializes in taking down legendaries with loads of buffs, and Norog, a brutal defense champion that's all about shutting down active skills and buffs. The level of detail on these models is insane for a mobile game. It's honestly incredible what the development team has accomplished with Raid. So what are you waiting for? This is the best time to get started with Raid. And if you click my link in the description, you'll get a free starter pack worth almost $30. We're talking a free epic champion, Vergus, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 EXP boost, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in the game. Your treasure will be waiting for you right here, but you have to act fast. This deal is only available for new players who join using my link in the next 30 days. Thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for supporting the channel. Now let's get out of Toy Freddy's room before he jump scares me for trespassing on his epic Raid gaming sesh. The menu in this game is pretty much identical to the one from UCN. However, there are a lot more character slots and buttons to go through. Just scrolling down the gigantic roster is an experience in itself. Don't scroll too far though. He is waiting for you at the bottom. Yeah, I have no clue what this is about, but it sure did catch me off guard the first time I booted up Ultra Custom Night. The roster here is easily the main draw for the game, so let's talk about it for a bit. It's split up into sections based on what characters appeared in what game, book, or whatever else they're from. For example, right up at the top of the screen we have the FNAF 1 section. This includes characters such as Yellow Bear, 3 times, Game Over Screen Freddy, the goddamn loading screen icon, and even the unused live counter icon. And yes, each of these characters has some sort of mechanic. Is more than 500 characters still not enough for you? Don't worry, Ultra Custom Night has you covered with its wide selection of character skins. Tired of the same old Freddy Fazbear? Now you can turn him into Alex the Lion from Madagascar. Just what the FNAF fandom always wanted? One thing I am very happy to see in this game is the massive amount of FNAF world representation here. It only makes sense given how many characters that game has, but seeing rarely used animatronics such as Mendo show up here is always cool. Even super random stuff from FNAF World such as Foxy.exe and the stock image of a cat from Foxy.exe make an appearance here. Can't forget the best character on the roster, Markiplier. Specifically Markiplier from his appearance in the FNAF AR trailer. Oh, and also DJ Sturf is here. Only fitting that the man crazy enough to beat 50-20 mode while playing Balloons Tower Defense all at the same time would make it in the roster. That's not a joke, by the way.
Alright. I gotta switch back to balloons, otherwise I might lose the round. They went backwards? Was that the knockback? Hey, but...
Anyway, as you can see, the roster in this game is pretty ridiculous. But I think it's best that way. Ultimate Custom Night itself already isn't very scary, and I definitely don't think it was ever trying to be. So when you take that concept and add even more to it, the expectation that it's supposed to scare the player is pretty much completely out the window. Challenges are back from Ultimate Custom Night, but I do wish there were more than what's listed here. With such a huge roster, it feels odd not to have a large number of challenges as well. What is included here is a couple new challenges that group characters together based on what game they came from. And the remaining challenges are mostly updated versions of those found in Ultimate Custom Night. This game is still actively being worked on, so maybe in the future more challenges will be added to show off some cool combinations of new characters. Tons of offices are unlockable as well, giving players a good incentive to try and reach new point goals. There's also an awesome looking shop based on FNAF AR Special Delivery, where you can buy power-ups to help during the night, new skins for animatronics, and even more. I was really caught off guard when I saw this UI. It is a really cool addition. Unlockable music tracks are also here, which are based on points similar to the offices. The selection includes music from across the entire series, which is a really nice touch and gives the player just that much more customization. Alright, I think we've talked enough about Alex the Lion and his wonderful band of animatronics. What on earth is the gameplay like? The first instinct any sane person would have when given over 500 selectable characters and a button to easily select them all at the highest difficulty would be to do exactly that and not read a single thing about what the animatronics do. So here's my first go at all the characters on max difficulty in this game. Wonderful. And if you thought that was bad, all the characters on 1 is also pretty crazy. We actually get to take a look at the office here, rather than being blinded by a bright yellow screen full of static. And it is filled to the brim with Monty balloons, a snowman, and is that Mangle hanging from the ceiling? Oh, okay, yeah, no, it is. Okay, let's start with no animatronics and work our way up. First thing you'll probably notice right away here is just how much more stuff is on the UI compared to Ultimate Custom Night. Before, it was just usage and noise. Now we have those two plus internet, toxic, and exposure. The office is pretty much the exact same as base UCN, except this time there's a couple new things added, and some exotic butters. Taking a look at the controls for this game reveals that you'd have to be an absolute madman to remember all of this stuff. So we're not gonna do that, and instead take a look at the cameras. Right away, we have a million things on screen. For starters, the various systems that constantly went offline in FNAF 3 are here. They work pretty much the exact same way they did in that game, and the ventilation system works the same as Ultimate Custom Night. The cameras here are the same from UCN, but with a few tweaks for certain added characters. Like this copy of FNAF 1 you can buy at the prize counter. We also have the vent and duct systems from UCN making a return, alongside a couple new systems as well. The light system allows you to move your cursor to control a light in a dark room. The task system is Baldi's Basics, I guess?
I won't tell you this again. No! Modding!
Finally, the GPS system is used for FNAF AR characters. So you're probably thinking all of this is already confusing. Well, it's only getting started. At the top of the camera UI, there's multiple camera systems that you can select. These range from more entire buildings to look at, to a literal recreation of Chipper & Sons and FNAF Security Breach Fury's Rage. I cannot get over how crazy this game is. Obviously, on a typical run of this game, you won't have to deal with every single one of these mechanics at once. That'd be unplayable. But even the fact that all of this stuff is here when nothing you have selected uses it, makes everything feel that much more overwhelming. Anyway, now take a look at me embarrassingly die on a night with no animatronics selected.
Yar, you win some, you lose some.
Ah yes, PNG jump scare. None of the jump scares in this game are animated, which I totally get, but it's still pretty funny. Some of the base UCN jump scares are literally shaking PNGs anyway, so this isn't that far off. Anyway, after that epic win, I think we should take a little trip over to the trophy room to celebrate my massive W. Here we have some trophies that you collect while playing the game. The cool part about these is that each one has some sort of mini game that you can play. There's a stack up game, which is kinda fun, and even this weird ass Undertale Freddy in Space hybrid. I suck at it, but it's still pretty interesting nonetheless. Alright, I think I should get a win before I wrap up here. With this many animatronics to pick from, it's pretty easy to create a setup that gets a lot of points while also having to put in minimal effort during gameplay. And that's pretty much what I did here. I have created a night where all I do is click on ghosts, feed cake to kids, and click on falling cupcakes. Is it the best possible night I could have created? Absolutely not. Did I win? Hell yes. Now we get our reward cutscene. Those were some of my favorite parts of UCN. I wonder what this game has in store for us.
私はここで同じ冷たい朝飯を再び食べている。私はコーンフレークが嫌いだ。それは十分に美味しいが、私の口の中を切り裂き、後で後悔することになる。しかし私はそれこそが戦士。
And on that note, I think we're done here. I think we're done with this game. But not so fast, everybody. We're not done talking yet. One more aspect of Ultra Custom Night that I feel is crucial to bring up is the wiki page. Yeah, this wiki page is massive and features a huge list of all of the selectable animatronics in the game. One of the funniest parts about this wiki is that for some of the more obscure characters on the roster, their Ultra Custom Night wiki page will show up before any other search results on Google. This leads to things such as MatPat opening up the Ultra Custom Night wiki on an episode of GT Live while he's trying to find out what the hell Beacon Bonnie is.
What Beacon Bonnie is. Beacon Bonnie FNAF. I've never heard of this. Beacon Bonnie. Ultra Custom Night. Okay. Beacon Bonnie is a glitched Bonnie. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So many. We gotta download an ad blocker on this.
The absolute worst part is that Ultra Custom Night Beacon Bonnie doesn't even use the same texture as actual Beacon Bonnie, so he wasn't even looking at the correct thing. Anyway, this wiki is massive, so if you ever have an hour of time to kill and you're super bored, I suggest just going through this wiki and looking at a bunch of stuff. Like I said earlier, this game is still being worked on, with a campaign mode coming down the pipeline. So if this video has made you at all interested in trying out this wacky game, I'll make sure to leave a link to their Game Jolt page on the end card and in the description. I am very happy something like this exists, and cannot wait to see even more be added to it over time. With Security Breach coming out recently, there are plenty more characters for them to add now, so who knows how large this roster will become. I've been yeah, and until next time, have a good one everybody. Oh, and before I go, I just opened up a Discord server, which will be linked in the description. Join if you want to talk to me, talk about FNAF, talk about whatever, talk about Flubber, I don't care dude, just join. It's gonna be fun. Join, link in the description, join.
But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Peace!